Oh my god, I can't believe my...
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself?
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply I'm going to award you full marks for this.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people.
Shenhe, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind it. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not...
Okay then, Miss Secretary.
In truth, it is the finest piece of plus. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to... Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhe, just now.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So whenever Paimon gets praised,
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever...
Well, Byron said that there are some...
No need. I simply...
You can't do that. It's dangerous. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're...
Okay.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's...
Hi there! Check, since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had it, so business is booming for me.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should... Here are your keys? All right.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Let's buy one for Shenhe, too. She can have it as...
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. See...
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time...
Cool. So, calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful.
Her Adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shenhe...
Don't all Adepti have a...
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. What? You knew already?
Do you mean to say that she presents
Well, to start with...
Ah, yes. She was One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only one dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard.
In other words, if you hadn't passed...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was...
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was it...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an... However, Her homicidal urges did not subside. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now...
Oh, now Paimon gets it.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present... Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the... If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get it.
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Hey! So, Shenhe...
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to check and caught sight of... On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had...
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, for this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what...
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other two. But before we do that, let's go to the building site. And after all, sunset vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it. They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky. But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bylin! And hey, Beto! And hey, person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into two. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're...
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yun Jin, probably the most famous figure in the Lyra opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am there.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along fair. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I...
Wow. So it looks like the three of us are...
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials, instead of competing against each other, we could work together to
Sounds great, but...
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. How'd I do? Is that what you...
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress... I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask, Ningguang?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera.
Ooh, what's the opera called?
The opera is a labor of love by my father. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Hello.
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something.
Of course I have. Sorry.
My name is Yun Jin. Perhaps you don't know me.
Yun Jin? Stage use. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by.
No, we were gonna ask...
Sure. Well, you'll need... If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her start. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll... I'm real... Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the Divine Damsel of I hear the view there is quite spectacular. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic... No wonder the legend of the Divine Damsel of Devastation is...
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming... What's the story about?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story?
The legend first arose in this area. In that village, there was a loving couple who were the wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the vile and vicious monster told the village.
What a nasty piece of...
But the monster was so terrible and so strong. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over...
No, don't...
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was... I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to... When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose...
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get...
Shoot! I can't afford any more bandages. I'm going in! Let's light it up! That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Leave it all to me. This should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yun Jin, looks like you were right. Huh. He didn't seem...
Hello, sir. We were just passing by.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhe, Yun Jin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman, if that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find subrosium. This place is deserted now.
Huh? Yun...
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intent.
Okay, then let's see...
I came back here once before. It was deserted then, too. Except for a few low-life bandits. I tried explaining to them that I wasn't... When I saw how run-down all these houses were, I felt at a loss.
Suddenly...
Last time I visited, I felt so upset.
It is easy for your mind to run...
Yes, my...
The remains of a god, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng. Does this mean that the time frame certainly matches? So it's... What's this? So, Shenhe, now that I think about it, she does behave rather like... So that's why I've been getting this... According to this text, the divine and she didn't volunteer. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe... Oh, it looks like my father made...
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of subrosium. Let's have a look over there. So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some subrosium. Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news.
I'll catch up.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired... I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him. I bring flowers back here every year.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only... There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, So if you ask me how I feel about the past...
It must have been so tough for you all...
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some... I'll tell you more about the old time.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find subrosium.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is...
It's okay. I like your version. My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others, so I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder...
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire...
Shenhe! Yun Jin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Someone needs assistance.
catch up. Someone needs assistance.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea? Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyun Stone Forest. But these things can be unpredictable. Only a single mountain lies between. If things get out of control,
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's make...